Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. On today's edition, compensation comes the way of property owners affected by construction of a road in Osun State. Department of Petroleum Resources monitor petrol stations across the country. And workers in Federal University of Ekiti strike over salaries. And we begin in the northern region of the country. Governors of the 19 northern states have summoned an emergency meeting following the recent fracas between the army and members of the Islamic movement in Zaria in Kaduna State, the northwest. In a statement issued by the chairman of the Northern Governors Forum and Governor of Borno State, Kashim Shettima, he said the decision to summon the meeting followed consultations between the governors over the recent happenings. He said the northern governors were worried by the situation and hence their resolve to wade into the matter with a view to frontally addressing the problem. The governors also called on citizens and warring parties involved in the Zaria incident to remain calm and exercise restraint, assuring that far-reaching steps will be taken to guarantee restoration of normalcy in a sustained manner. The governors called on citizens to go about their activity peacefully and in obedience to lawful provisions. The forum reaffirmed that governments across the 19 states of the North would at all times take measures that will promote peace and public safety, as well as justice and fairness to all citizens in line with constitutional provisions. Now to the North Central. A federal high court in Abuja has released the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, on bail. Justice Adeniyi Ademola admitted him on bail unconditionally while taking in an application filed and argued by his lawyer, Vincent Obeta. In the ruling, Justice Ademola, who last month granted permission to the Department of State Service to detain Mr. Kanu for 90 days, set aside the order. According to him, the continued detention of Mr. Kanu after 2 months without trial violates Section 158 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act of 2015 and Section 35 of the 1999 Constitution. Justice Ademola also said there was no law that permits the DSS or any other security agency to detain any Nigerian beyond 2 months, when in actual fact there was no intention to put the person on trial. It is still pondering what to do. The court holds that his continuous detention is illegal, as such is to be released on bail unconditionally, especially in the light of the deposition of the counsel to the DSS that it has no charge against Mr. Kanu in any court of competent jurisdiction in Nigeria.
We have seen democracy in Nigeria, and today the court, in its ruling, made a very, very serious ruling where he said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released unconditionally. So we are only going to ask for his liberty without any conditions attached. So we are very, very, very grateful. The rule of law, or the advancement of the provisions of the fundamental rights, as we advance it before the court of law, was, upheld by the courts, in the sense that if what we've been arguing is to the fact that if Nnamdi Kanu has a case, for now the law said that he should enjoy his liberty to enable him prepare for his case. And 90 days as at yesterday, Nnamdi Kanu has not been charged.
And now to the South. The federal government is set to revive the rail transportation system in the country. This, according to the Minister of Transport, Chibuike Amechi. He said at the official flag-off ceremony at the Aba Port Harcourt Mass Transit train service in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital. Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has said his administration's commitment to urban renewal will not be compromised. The governor gave the assurance in Asaba when officials of Development Limited made a presentation on what they can do to transform towns and cities of Delta State. with a particular reference to Agbo. According to the governor, urban renewal was one of the cardinal programs of his administration, and he will partner with corporate organizations and individuals who are committed to actualizing such for Deltans. Mr. Carlos Garcia and Mr. Chooks Philip, representatives of EHP Limited, say that over 40 companies are willing to come down to the state for investment purposes with special interest in urban renewal.
I was saying the other things I did advise concerning the infrastructure to develop the town and make it more functional. That is a very pretty town. But the question is the area of funding, because we have an economic team in the state and take a further discourse with them. As regards the industrial park, yes, we have shown interest in the industrial park, but we have been looking more into the agro with a bias to agro-industrial development. But that does not stop us from having a mixed development park as you proposed. So I would also refer you to the economic team of the state, where you're going to have to take a further discussion and they'll have room to ask questions. We thank you for the proposal that you're giving to us, and by the time you meet with the team and we're able to look into many of the issues, thereafter they can return back to me and will be in the States to make appropriate decisions.
As the governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa, speaking on urban development. You're watching news across Nigeria. When we come back, compensation comes the way of a number of people whose property was in the way of the construction of a road. Stay with us.